大家好啊，今天是2025年1月21号。这几天啊，全球的这个目光都聚集在一个地方啊，那就是这个漂亮国啊，美利坚啊。没办法，谁让人家又开始这个总统换届了？现在的话，咱们这个川老师呢，也是马上就要正式入主白宫了啊。新官上任三把火啊，这个火呢还没烧起来，各种信号呢也是满天飞啊。今天我们看一看啊，川老师上台以后的这个演讲到底讲了什么内容？好，我们看一下这个视频啊。
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. but we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly. My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over. Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true. Thank you. Thank you. National unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country, we will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that. Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America. Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents, something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families. Thank you. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs. President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars. Ambition is the lifeblood of a great nation, and right now our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation. Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We are going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
好了啊，刚才我们听了一下这个川老师的这个就职演讲啊，咱们呢就来唠一唠咱们这个新上任的董王啊，他的这个刚才这个就职演讲里到底藏着哪些这个经济的密码啊？然后咱们一起来看一看这个啊，咱们先来看一看啊。不知道大家还有没有印象啊？记不记得上一次董王上台啊，那句让美国再次伟大这个口号，但是喊的震天响啊。这回到啊，现在已经直接升级了，就是说啊，上来就说美国现在是什么千疮百孔啊，简直就把前任批的那是体无完肤啊。这次先来捋一捋董王这次的这个放了哪些大招啊？用他自己的话来说啊，就是要彻底扭转可怕的这个背叛啊。听听这个词儿用的，那是什么？相当的特朗普，对不对？你像这个背叛是谁背叛了谁呢？在他眼里啊，就好像那些是激进腐败的既得利益团体啊，背叛了咱们这个辛辛苦苦的美国的老百姓啊。这个话一出啊，有的是人这个欢呼雀跃啊，觉得董王就是他们的一个救星啊，也有人在旁边啊是冷眼旁观的啊，觉得这又是什么狼来了的故事啊。同样一个事情啊，你用不同的方式去描述呢，给人带来的这个感受也是完全不同的。董王呢，确实是深谙此道啊，他把美国这个现状呢，就描绘成一场灾难啊，把自己定义成了什么扭转乾坤的这个时刻啊，美国的黄金时代就要带领了。用他自己的话说啊，像这种强烈的一个对比啊，一下子就把人的眼球抓住了啊，让人觉得这种什么是时候要改变了。接下来他的行政令呢，也是一个接一个啊，看得大家呢也是目瞪口呆的啊。先是宣布了南部边境啊进入国家紧急的状态，还要派军队去那边守卫边境，抓非法的移民。就好比他的邻居啊，嫌他的客人太少太多了啊，直接在他的门口看什么架起了这个机关枪啊。大家想一想，是不是这么一个做法啊？另外呢，媒体关注什么，公众就会关注什么。董王呢，也是懂得这种高调的一个宣传的措施啊，成功的就把边境安全这个词儿摆在了这个什么聚光灯下面，让大家呢都不得不关注啊，不得不讨论啊。更狠的还是在后边啊，董王大手一挥啊，就是搞能源的大跃进啊，提出了什么钻探的口号，还要废除电动车的优惠政策啊，这可真是什么语不惊人死不休。你要知道啊，前几任政府都是在大力提倡绿色能源的啊，他这一上来就是直接开倒车啊。你说他这葫芦里卖的什么药呢？咱们也不知道啊，咱们就看一看啊。当然啊，对于那些传统能源行业的这些工人来说，这无疑确实是一个好消息啊。他们可能就觉得终于有人给他们说话了。但是啊，对于那些担心污染环境啊、支持新能源发展的人来说呢，这简直就是什么晴天霹雳啊！在贸易方面呢，董王更是毫不手软啊，又开始挥手这个关税的大棒了啊。他呢要成立对外税务局啊，对外国进口商品加税啊。他说啊，这就是为了保护美国的工人和家庭啊。这话听起来是不是特别的提气啊？仔细想一想啊，你觉得他这样做能不能让美国再次伟大呢？咱们举一个简单的例子啊，就比如说啊，在美国生产一个衬衫，它的成本可能是$10啊。中国呢，同样生产一个同样质量的这样一个衬衫呢，可能成本也就只有$5啊。如果美国对中国的这个衬衫加收$5的关税啊，那么中国这个衬衫呢，在美国的售价就变成了$10。和美国本土生产的这个衬衫一样了，看起来美国的这个衬衫产业得到了保护，但是呢，消费者呢却要花更多的钱才能够买到同样质量的这样一个衬衫了啊！而且呢，其他国家呢也会采取这种对等的措施啊，对美国出口的商品也是会加关税啊。你想想，美国出口它也会影响，对不对？另外呢，除了关税方面呢，在外交和军事方面啊，董王也是说了啊，要做什么世界和平的缔造者，不再参与战争啊，同时呢，又要击败美国的敌人啊，这话听起来可能有点矛盾，对不对？但是呢，就好像一个人他说他自己是素食主义者，但是呢又想着天天去打猎。当然呢，普京表示愿意和美国这个新政府去对话啊，这或许啊能给全球这个局势带来一丝暖色和希望吧。在社会政策方面呢，董王也是属于火力全开的啊。他说了，要终结所谓的社会工程政策，他还宣布美国政府的官方政策呢只有2种性别啊。这个说起来可能大家也是觉得有点搞笑，对不对？美国其实之前是有很多性别的，可能几十种上百种的一个性别啊。这次董王搞什么性别一刀切啊，无疑呢就会引起这个巨大的一个社会的争议啊。 当然啊，除了董王这个性别一刀切啊，更令人惊讶的是什么？董王呢，竟然还惦记着领土扩张，他要把墨西哥湾改为美国湾啊，把这个宇航员送上火星啊，甚至还要收回巴拿马运河的控制权啊，这个脑洞啊，也真的是足够大啊。巴拿马政府呢，反应也很有意思啊，直接就怼了回去啊，说运河的主权那是不可动摇的啊。当然，最受关注的还是说美国政府他就宣布退出了这巴黎协定这件事啊，表示董王在气候问题上啊和之前的政府是彻底划清界限了。这也难怪啊，毕竟他一直以来都对气候变化持什么怀疑态度啊，他的这个做法呢，无疑就会给全球气候变暖带来巨大的一个挑战啊。咱们再来看一看啊，特朗普的他的这一个关税政策，它绝对是影响咱们这些普通人钱袋子的一个重头戏啊。也有机构去测算啊，如果真的像他那样对中国商品加收60%的这个关税啊，那么对美国的平均关税水平呢，将达到大萧条以来的一个最高纪录啊。那么会有哪些影响呢？我们也简单的来聊一聊啊。最简单的呢，物价的上涨啊，你想想，进口商品的价格都上去了啊，商家肯定会把这部分成本呢就转嫁给这消费者。到那个时候啊，美国的老百姓呢，他买东西肯定就属于什么，要多掏腰包了啊。就像以前大家常说的贸易战啊，属于那种伤敌1000自伤800的这样一个做法啊。当然，董王的支持者可能就会说啊，加征关税呢，肯定是促进美国本土制造业的发展啊，增加就业了，对不对？但问题是，这种保护是以牺牲消费者的利益为代价的呀。而且现在是一个什么全球化的一个时代啊，产业链它是环环相扣的呀。你限制进口，别人也会限制你的出口，对不对？最终的结果那就是什么？就是两败俱伤啊，杀敌1000自损800啊。今天呢，我们就简单的盘点了一下，说了这么多，大家可能也看出来了，咱们董王回归呢，给世界带来的这个影响呢，最多的就是什么？就是川普的不确定性啊。他那些豪言壮语听起来给美国小伙伴觉得很提气，对不对？但是真正落实起来呢，恐怕会面临重重的这个阻碍还有挑战啊。而最终为这些政策买单的呢，肯定还是美国这些普普通通的老百姓啊。就是政治这游戏嘛，咱们老百姓呢在属于台下看戏的。当然，美国离我们也比较远，属于那种吃瓜的啊。台上怎么演怎么热闹啊，咱们底下就看一看就好了。不知道大家对于川普这个上台，包括他的新的政策有什么看法呢？欢迎分享在评论区啊。好了，谢谢大家。